He'll figure. This is the Star Report Monday evening. Welcome aboard. Okay. I watched 8 episodes today for you. 8 out of 10 episodes, the new Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story on Netflix. I took the time out of my day, took a nap, woke back up, watched 4 more episodes, went to go handle some other business, came back and watched 2 more. So I'm up to speed on the new version. This is a new version. This is a little different from some of the other, I think, 6 movies and 10 documentaries. Folks, I am Jeffrey Dahmered out. Jeffrey Dahmer, born in 1960. I was born in 64, in case you don't know. So I know the story. And I'm going to go over some notes with you guys with regards to some of the inaccuracies, according to the woman who broke the story back when Jeffrey Dahmer was apprehended in Milwaukee, 1991, killed 16 to 17 men. I think it was 17. Confessed to 16, then they caught him on 17. I forget, but hold on a second. Pull my notes early because the journalist who broke the story, Ann Schwartz, she has come out and said, catch this early. The character Glenda Cleveland, that's the black woman in the film, played by Niecy Nash. Ann Schwartz says Glenda Cleveland lived in a different building. So she was not knocking on the door like that. Jeffrey Dahmer didn't bring her a sandwich. That was a cute little scene. And she was not, dealing with the smell. Okay, all right, troll babies, good evening. How you guys doing? I'm going to be spoiling this tonight. If you have not seen this new Netflix series that's causing controversy and backlash. I'm sipping coffee early, okay? All right, so that's my main story. Again, I watched 8 episodes for you guys. If I wasn't doing media, which I still enjoy and I'm passionate about, I wouldn't have watched this again. I'm just, how many more movies? Why? Is anybody being educated? Oh! And here's what I have to ask you, troll babies. Please, someone tell me, did Jeffrey Dahmer kill a deaf black homosexual? I never heard that. Is that like a new thing? They are constantly trying to find Hollywood, trying to find ways to include, gay black men so that, America can feel sorry for them. Good evening. How you guys doing? Did he kill a deaf black guy, homosexual to be precise, back in the days? All right, I don't know. I've got the list of all his victims, and we're going to comb through this. My showrunner, Kanye West, says White Lives Matter on a T-shirt. He and Candace Owens. I'm not going to promote where that happened. I think Kanye's like a super coon now. I don't like his music. I listened to his last couple of projects just so that I could talk to you guys. I don't fuck with his music. I think he's a goofball. I don't care what he's doing. I don't even think the clothes that he designs look good on him. But that's what he said. That is all over the goddamn blogs. That's all over news platforms. Kanye says White Lives Matter. Salute to Boosie. Boosie called him a clown and a coon, yes? Yeah. Boosie getting at him, and I can appreciate that. So, if you want to chime in on that, please do so. Maybe former President Barack Obama was right. Remember what Obama said about Kanye? He's a jackass. Oh, and in case you don't know, Sway did have the answers after all. Salute to my homie Sway from Sway in Tech back in the day. Sway in the morning on Sirius XM. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. If not, we'll just keep it pushing, all right? Okay. Hey, Dana, I see you. Sit tight. Dana, with the datum coming to you shortly. I just want to lay some of this out with regards to this new Netflix limited series. Yeah. 10 episodes have already been released, in case you don't know, back on September the 21st. All 10 episodes were released. I watched it on the free movie website, of course, because I canceled my Netflix subscription like many of you did. Yes? So is this really kicking up dust? Is this controversial, or is this just Netflix, paying bots and other people to say, oh, there's backlash. The families are, one or two of the families are upset because no one contacted them. They don't have to. They don't have to contact you to break you off. This is America, land of capitalism, But again, I watched all 8 episodes. Let me say salute to the actors. I thought it was a good effort. All around. Everybody, not just Niecy Nash. Everybody. The guy who played Jeffrey Dahmer, Evan Peters, Richard Jenkins, Molly Ringwald. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to just act like, the older documentary was better, the older movie was better. No, I watched it for what it was. And I've got some comments with regards to... Matter of fact, let me throw this out there now. Right now. In my opinion, Jeffrey Dahmer was not unique, certainly was not intelligent. There was a scene in there when they were talking about his GPA in high school. He had a 2.0. That's not some highly advanced person. If he had a 4.0, ooh, intelligent. No, he was just a regular white boy from the suburbs. I grew up in New Jersey, you know this. I knew a lot of guys like Jeffrey Dahmer. They like to kill cats, strangle fucking people's little small dogs. Just stupid shit. Jeffrey Dahmer was not sexually abused by his father. He was not beaten, put in a goddamn closet. So his life was not unique to me. He took a bad turn, and he liked the brown sugar. Yeah, Jeffrey had a taste for the brown sugar. In case you don't know, most of his victims were African-American, a couple of Hispanic boys. And I think the Asian, hang on a second, let me just go to my notes. Somebody was 14 years of age. Okay, yeah. In 1987, he killed a 14-year-old, okay? Nobody was over the age of 31. No, pardon me, he killed 2 14-year-olds. He killed a 14-year-old in 1991. 91 is when he just went ape shit and killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in 1991. So he was really, turning up the heat in 91, okay? Killed his first person back in 1978 for those who know his story, okay? Mara, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Mara, my name is spelled Torain. No E on the end of my name, but thank you for your donation. He says, as a respected OG, what are your views on Joe Budden's comments on removing condoms with female? I don't have a comment. I'm not one of those guys who just comments on everything and everybody. That's not my topic tonight, but thank you for your donation, okay? Okay, and here's something else I want to put on the table early. I have spoken about Jeffrey Dahmer in the past. I have spoken about many, many serial killers. I've even spoken about, what's that guy's name who killed the kids, the boys, and put them under his, John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy. Have they ever made a John Wayne Gacy movie? I know they've made documentaries. John Wayne Gacy. I've spoken about Carl Eugene Watts. You guys heard of Carl Eugene Watts, right? I think he killed like over 100 people, and then he started capping and, adding bodies and shit like that. They called him the Sunday morning slasher. Now, they may have made one movie about Carl Eugene Watts. He killed a lot of people. But there was no method to his madness. You see, Jeffrey Dahmer and other serial killers, they had a certain way that they moved about. Ted Bundy. But Carl Eugene Watts, the black guy, he would just ring your doorbell, you open the door, stab you and run. Sucker shit, right? K. Nicole got your donation. Thank you so much. Okay, you're having withdrawals? I did a show yesterday. No. Pardon me. Saturday. Well, oh, that was a disgusting show. Everybody was sipping and saucy, but thank you for your donation. And I think that's it for right now, okay? All right, guys, I'm coming to the phones. Let me make sure everything is set up here. Oh, and Troll Babies, if anybody, has any information, the 32-year-old Askaya Strong, how do you say his name? Askaya Strong, shot his girlfriend, Nakia Shumak. I can't pronounce these names. They were dating for 17 years of age. Shot her 14 times in front of the children in, hold on a second, Milwaukee. Has he been apprehended yet? The nigga shot her 14 times. And now he's trying to taunt her on social media. Hopefully he's been apprehended, okay? Let's get Dana with the dad in here early. Dana, good evening. Monday night.
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, yes.
Good. I just wanted to call in real quick. Yes, he did kill the deaf black man. He was a real person.
Oh, in real life? There was a deaf black guy in real life?
Yes, Tony Hughes. That was his name.
Okay.
So he was deaf. He was mute. He was a mute deaf person, okay. And that was one of his victims.
Yeah, I forget, because there's been, I think, 6 movies on Jeffrey Dahmer and like a dozen or 10 documentaries. I'm just, enough already. But go ahead, you were saying?
Yeah, so I never watched anything Jeffrey Dahmer documentaries, movies, nothing except for this Netflix, and it was so creepy. I couldn't watch the whole 10 episodes. I had to decompress. But everyone, you're right, everybody in that Netflix series should be nominated for all types of awards, especially the lead actor. He did a great job. I could just imagine his mental state after filming that. But yes, but I just wanted to say he really did kill a deaf black man in 1991.
The deaf black man came from a good family, Somehow he got twisted around with Au Fait, Came from a good family. Fell victim to the blonde hair and the baby blues, huh? Ain't that a bitch?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I just think when you see a kind of a creepy white man living in a poor black neighborhood, that should be a red flag. So, but whatever, he was picking it up, and I don't know why people.
No. I'm even going to put this on the table, Dana, and I want you to help me mentally massage this. Do you think that we still have and will always have black people that see white people via the goddess effect? The goddess effect, or godlike. Here you got a white guy, sullen, not intelligent. Again, he didn't have some fucking 3.8 or some 4.0 GPA. That's what they were discussing when they got the yearbooks, and his picture was in that goddamn within that group. So he approached black men in a black neighborhood, and they just, why would they so easily go with a white man with blonde hair and blue eyes and get trapped up in the bullshit so easily?
Right, and I think you're right. I agree with you. It is that white savior, Jesus Christ, just that whole, thinking that if you're white, you're right, or I'm with the white man, and then too, this was the height of,
he gonna pay me. He gonna pay me.
Right.
Y'all just jealous. I'll be back. No, you won't. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. And listen, people were doing drugs, people were doing crack. Maybe he was like, yeah, we could get high, whatever. But it is that thinking that you have a prize, which goes against us. So that's what I'm saying. That should have been a red flag. Where he lived, how he looked. You a white man in a poor black neighborhood. So, but I just want to say that whole document, the whole series on Netflix, it was well done. Ryan Murphy, he does a great job because he does a lot of LGBTQ related movies and shows. Mm-hmm. And I heard that they took it from. They no longer putting this just under the LGBTQ section in Netflix.
They wanted that tag removed. I'm up to speed. I'm ready tonight. They wanted that tag removed. Yeah, we're not claiming him. He was a serial killer. That was something different. But thanks anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they need to claim him because yes,
there
are gay people. Yeah, they're not. But I'm just saying. But there are gay people who are serial killers. But they were quick to, to not claim Jeffrey. But overall, it's a good series, but it's just creepy as all hell. So,
are you going to finish watching it? You going to finish watching it?
No. I watched probably 5 episodes, and I jumped to episode 7 because I just wanted to see the Niecy Nash part when he gave her the sandwich. Yeah. And I'm done. I can't. No.
Okay.
I'm walking through my house scared, like, is his evil spirit going to come? I don't know. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dana.
Go watch it. All right.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm going to go finish watching it tomorrow. I'm going to watch the last 2 episodes. Salute to Dana, but why is she scared? Black folk love to fight each other. Shooting, fighting, killing. But when it comes down to a blonde-haired white man with, blue eyes, talking slow, eyes are scared. I'm not saying Dana's like that, but, the guy, hang on a second. I got notes here. Goddamn, I'm ready. The guy in the movie, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, the guy who had on the one handcuff, who ran and got outside the apartment screaming, help me. And then he came back with the police. His name is Tracy Edwards in real life. He has not been the same since. He's been on drugs. His life has gone pretty much downhill ever since this happened. July the 22nd, 1991. And if you look at his picture, I'm not going to put his picture up on the screen. He looks like he's, bout it. He got the locks. Some type of street nigga. Yo, I'm a real nigga, yo. But yet and still the white man who had him up inside a dusty-ass apartment, he couldn't bust him upside the head and give him that work. Scared of the white man. Hang on, I'm fixing my drink here. Niggas will shoot, fight, and cuss each other out all day, a day. Cheers. But when it comes to the white man, goddamn, they don't want no problems. L'Oreal got your donation. L'Oreal. Okay, I don't see a message, but thank you for tapping in. Also on the screen, guys, hang on a second. I want to make sure that I'm promoting my sponsors. If you want to learn how to speak Japanese, go to that link right there. That's a new sponsor, bit.ty/Cool Convo Japan. Very nice course that they have. And if you use Star Report, you can get yourself a discount, okay? It's a new sponsor on the screen, all right? All right. So I got notes. As I said, I want to talk about this. Let's stay on topic tonight, guys, all right? Also, in my communities section, please check out Devious J. And I'm still looking for a director for a horror film that I'm trying to get up off the ground, right? Let's go to area code 908 early. Good evening, 908.
What up? Brooklyn Giggles.
Hey, how you feeling, man?
What up?
Good to hear from you, sir. Yes, sir.
You as well. Yeah, I was surprised you got on this topic. I'm like, the show is the Dahmer Netflix series was like 2 weeks ago.
Well, it's trending still. It's trending. I watched 8 episodes today. 8.
Wow. You better than me. I couldn't even finish the second episode. I was disgusted. I couldn't do it. But excuse me.
Go ahead. You have the floor. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was just so many issues I have with this because yeah, you're right. They made multiple films and documentaries on this serial killer. The problem is that I felt like Netflix had an agenda in regards of doing this particular limited series due to of course, the LGBTQ tag, because they removed it later on because they knew that it was an outrage. Like, you're gonna put that tag in there, romanticizing a serial killer. Like, it's no wonder the victim's family were losing their. Well, let me not curse on your show,
Please
but
don't.
like pretty much, you said earlier that they shouldn't be notified. I don't think that was the issue, Star. I think the issue was that
Well, I said they don't have to be. We don't have to notify you. We're doing a movie. You're not partners with us. We don't need your insight, your expertise. We've got notes and sources. We don't owe you anything. We don't have to be sensitive. We're talking about a real life occurrence that happened based upon actual facts. That's what I was trying to say.
Actual facts, but of course, actual facts. Yeah, part of America's sick history of serial. America has a sick history of doing films on factual serial killers.
Yes.
Multiple films.
Yes.
Netflix did a series on Ted Bundy not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zac Efron played Ted Bundy. So, unfortunately, this is how America is. Like, we fantasize about serial killers consistently. Like, we're so intrigued with their background story. Something tells me that the guy who created this show, Dana just mentioned his name earlier. He's LGBTQ. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes an Ed Buck series on Netflix. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think I think we would like to see that. We want the bullshit. Let's not act like we don't want the bullshit.
Yes, we do. And speaking of the bullshit, Kanye.
Yeah.
Where the FBA? Where are the FBAs at? Yo, where's the FBAs at? Where are the FBAs? Come claim your coon. Come claim your coon. Come claim your coon, FBA. That's your coon right there. All y'all FBAs that were talking all that smack. Oh, about that head coach Udoka Nia Long. Not to go back, but
hang on a second, Brooklyn Giggles. For those who don't know what FBA means, because I'm constantly trying to grow my audience, FBA means what, sir?
Foundational Black Americans, sir. Now,
and you are from Nigeria. You were, I think you were born here.
Yes,
but your family's from Nigeria.
I'm a non-FBA. Yes, the non-FBA is on the line. But hear me out for a second.
Yeah.
All you FBA niggas, y'all claim black this, black that, black this, black that. But y'all don't even have a black queen. Y'all talking that FBA shit. Come on, man.
Well, now hang on. I would beg to differ on that, sir. I would say that not only did and do FBA have a black queen of sorts, but I can point to two, and I have on multiple occasions. Oprah and Michelle Obama, former First Lady. Yeah.
What is your point, sir?
I'm responding to what you said. FBA doesn't have a black queen. Both of those black women, highly educated, successful, influential, and respected worldwide.
Okay, so yes, there are FBA niggas that are married to FBA women. I get that, but what I'm saying is, majority of the FBA niggas that be calling the show or be making complaints, they're married to Puerto Ricans. I'm like, come on, what is this?
Oh, stop.
What is this?
Hang on, Brooklyn Giggles. I've always tried to be respectful to you. You're respectful to me. I appreciate that. Tell us what your career is. You're in where? New Jersey? I forget. You're not married. You haven't married your queen yet. I've spoken to her. Very nice young lady. What is the field that you're in yourself, non-FBA?
The objective star. All right, let's do this. I told you I'm in the mental health field.
Mental health. Okay.
LGPC. Yes.
Are you certified?
Yeah, LGPC. I'm certified.
So I could look you up and I could see your credentials. And how long have you been certified to practice? So do you practice, or are you just a researcher and the guy who compiles data? There is a difference.
No, I literally just got my certification a couple of months ago after passing the state exam.
Okay. So you don't have clients yet?
I work for a nonprofit agency. I have clients, but I want to have my own practice. I mean, if we're going to go through my resume, we could do that in another show.
No, I'm just asking. So you don't have personal clients. You work through an organization, and they allocate people in your direction, and you give it a shot.
Oh, what's your point, my good man? What's your point? Help me out here.
No, I'm just
here.
I'm just picking.
I know you're trying to be. I know you're trying to be objective.
No.
But listen,
I'm a high school dropout. Who am I? I'm a high school dropout. But now, hang on a second. Can I go back? I'm enjoying the conversation.
Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. Go ahead.
Can I go back? Not only does America have a fascination with serial killers. Have you ever heard of Jack the Ripper? Jack the Ripper.
Yes, the serial killer from London. He was killing prostitutes. Yes.
Woo!
I remember him.
He was doing the Lord's work.
Never found him.
The Lord's work.
Yo, chill.
Yeah. I have to cleanse you, you filthy, dirty whore. I have to cleanse you of sin, huh?
He was not doing the Lord's work. Come on, man.
Hang on. According to him, he was doing God's work. Who are you to say he wasn't?
God's work, killing prostitutes in the alley of London.
Yes.
During the 19. I don't know.
Cleansing them. Yeah.
Well, they never really found the killer. They determined, if you watch the documentaries and multiple films and yada yada yada.
God is the killer. Are you not listening, sir? God is the killer.
What I'm saying.
Jack the Ripper was just the instrument of God. That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you
from what I was told,
do you know your Bible? Because you and I have spoken before. Do you know your Bible?
No, I know my Bible, but I'm not like a Bible reader like that. I don't remember scriptures like that, if that's what you're
Well, that was a trick question, because in all actuality, it's not your Bible. It wasn't made for Nigerians or any fucking body else. It was made for Jews. But now here's the thing.
Okay.
Curveball.
Okay.
King James I used to boil people to cleanse them, yes?
Yeah, he also made a book about demonology and all types.
You learned that from me, but never mind demonology right now. King James I used to boil people to cleanse them. Yes?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Yeah. So who are you to say that Jack the Ripper wasn't doing the Lord's work? But listen, man, go ahead and finish up. I want to get back to some other callers here. I appreciate you calling in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate the topic. Just going back to Kanye. At the end of the day, niggas are still gonna wear his shoes. He could do no wrong. Like, he's a black billionaire coon that the FBA continues to claim. You FBA niggas, claim this guy.
Okay. Good to talk to you, Brooklyn Giggles. Thank you, man. Yes, okay, thank you. Let's get him out of here. I'm talking crazy about FBA. Nigga, I'm half FBA. Fuck. Maurizio, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Peace, Supreme Allah, I got your donation. Yes, sir. He says, peace to the gods. He says, Ali Kwan, you haven't changed. That's an old Brooklyn god right there. Salute, sir, and respect. Gemstar, got your donation. Star, the White Lives Matter shirt didn't even faze me. I was more disgusted by the pack of hot dog franks that were on the back of Kanye's neck. Yeah, he doesn't look good in his clothing to me. And I'm not going to promote the runway he was walking on. What was that? Was it something with Balenciaga? And he's walking through some dirty snow and just, oh, God. But thank you for your donation, Gemstar. Mr. T tapping in. To my knowledge, Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't even into coke. He was just drugging people, putting stuff in their drinks. But thank you very much. Yeah. Bumped and Badussy, geez. Stop it, Dana. We not trying to claim that crazy-ass dirty white boy. He was trying to kill us. The fuck is you talking about? Hashtag, if you knew better, you would do better. Hashtag LGBTQ, okay? Hold on a second, guys. I want to just check on something here before I continue on. And please, on the screen, make sure you check out my sponsor, www.easybladeshavingproducts.com. And if you want to be a sponsor, or if you are a sponsor, I always want you to know that you're welcome to call in. I've got my Easy Blade Shaving Products, made in America. Okay? That's why my skin looks so good. Purr. Look at that quality packaging, all right? You guys have... You've seen me promote them before, and I will continue. I appreciate them coming back. Easy Blade Shaving Products. Look at this straight razor and the case that it comes in, a leather case. Can you see that? Easy Blade Shaving. Quality. See that? Fellas, if you're looking to step your game up, get some great quality products, Easy Blade Shaving Products, go there. You will get a discount if you mention the Star Report, okay? Okay, folks, we're talking about the new limited series for Netflix, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. And again, there have been, I think, 6 films, a dozen documentaries. We want this. We want this type of creepy, gory, everybody's scared, somebody's going to die, and, you know, that's who we are. We're a sick society, a sick nation, a sick species. Luke Caney got you donations, sir. Thank you for tapping in. He says, I went to the Wu-Tang concert Friday. It was lit. Okay. Is Method Man with them on the tour? I read something that he wasn't going to make a lot of appearances. Am I wrong? I'm not sure. Hey, Dottie, I got your donation. Bussy boys are killing too. Pay attention. Yeah, he's an admitted bussy boy, or was an admitted bussy boy, Jeffrey Dahmer, but thank you for your donation. Hold on a second. Change my showrunner. Jamal got your donation. Did you mention Samuel Little, nigga in ATL killing? Allegedly. No, I haven't got there yet. Do you want to chime in, say something? Thank you for your donation, Jamal, okay? And I got a donation from HB777. What's good, Star? Long live Malvers. Yeah, man. R.I.P. That was my homie. Marlon, I got your donation. Do you know Big Nigga from Math Hoffa podcast? Math Hoffa's my guy, man. Absolutely. I spoke to Math a couple of months ago, man. I always tap in and say congratulations, man. He and Heineken. Heineken is the fucking truth. Both of those guys, I'm so happy for their success. Yes, absolutely. And thank you for your donation, Marlon, all right? Bone doing work. You got your donation. Are you on the line? Hang on a second. Area code 262. Good evening. Bone doing work? Is that you?
What up, Milwaukee on the check-in?
Hey, man, what's cracking? We're shaking. We're talking about your boy. Are you claiming him?
Yeah, I'm definitely claiming him.
Let's go.
We on the map now.
You've been on the map. Come on, you've been on the map. Milwaukee, been on the map.
Hey, we getting some attention, a little bit more attention now. You see people in Milwaukee, they starting to drop more music right now. You know, we taking the Jeffrey Dahmer hype and we riding with it right now.
Okay.
We going crazy.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay. Kenny Ivory, a.k.a. Pimpin' Ken, has had Milwaukee on the map for decades. Kenny Ivory.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Well, if you get time, just Google Pimpin' Ken. he's had Milwaukee on the map
All right,
for years.
Pimpin' Ken.
Yeah. And Dope Man from Hood Box Office. Go ahead.
Okay, I see him.
Mm-hmm.
Pimpin' Ken talks Pimp C, Milwaukee culture.
Yeah.
Pimpin' movie. I definitely get to give this a watch.
Yeah, man. So
I'm gonna have to give it a watch.
So what do you want to chime in, man? Have you seen the episodes yet on Netflix? Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah. I fell asleep to them. You know, in a good way. Like I like watching that type of stuff before bed.
Okay.
So I liked it a lot. It was super good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody in Milwaukee's mama apparently knows somebody who Jeffrey Dahmer killed. It's a big thing out here. Everybody knows somebody. That's what they say. You know, a lot of people got to be lying.
Are you born and raised out there?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So he did his dirty work, man. Convicted, 999 years they gave him, and we're combing through it. What episode are you up to? You say you fell asleep. What episode?
I finished the whole thing already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, definitely. It was fire. I thought every episode was great. The first one's probably the best episode, to be honest. That first episode went crazy.
Okay.
I was gonna say, have you ever looked into Jeffrey Dahmer and MK Ultra?
No, I mean honestly, I've spoken about Jeffrey Dahmer so much over the decades, man. I'm kind of like exhausted. But I watched 8 episodes out of the 10, so I could sit here and have a conversation. But you can put anything on the table you want. Go ahead. Right.
Well, I just want to say, if anybody has time, look into Jeffrey Dahmer and MK Ultra.
Okay.
And then after that, look into how coincidentally not every obviously, but like 90% of serial killers, they all did some military time. They all experimented with psychedelics, and you know what I'm saying, some little MK Ultra might be going on with these serial killers, especially in that time frame. You know, around like the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
A lot of them, they would do acid, go to the military, and this is true too. Germany was investigating Jeffrey Dahmer for 4 murders that they couldn't explain during his time.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because he was in the military and they kicked him out for drinking. So yeah, you may have a point there.
Yeah, they investigated him for 4 murders and nothing ever came up. But you know how the military do; they'll sweep that under the rug if it was him.
Well, to my knowledge, he didn't confess to those murders, unless you have some different information.
No, yeah, he definitely didn't confess to those murders. Yeah, he definitely didn't.
Okay. Hey, man, good to talk to you. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for your support.
All right, take care, homie.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Peace out.
Peace out. Okay. Guys on the screen, www.songsthatwork.info. Please go check out my sponsor. Tell them I sent you. You'll get a free consultation, and they can help you with music, streaming, digital rights, many different things. If you're an artist, producer, manager, something to that effect, all right? www.songsthatwork.info. Who was that sent in a Cash App talking about Samuel Little? Yeah, he was originally from Georgia, if memory serves me correctly. He died in 2020. He confessed to murdering 93 women between 1970 and 2005. He was from Georgia, but where did he do his dirty work at? Okay, Reynolds, Georgia. He was born in 1940. Yeah, he killed a lot of guys, too. Yeah. Hold on a second, guys. Trying to give it later. Okay, confessions. Yeah, he's the one. He also was doing a whole lot of just talking, Samuel Little. I've seen interviews with him. Looked like he started capping towards the end, trying to take credit for murders he didn't do. I'm not 100% sure, but thank you for your donation, all right? And hi, Patrice, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in as well, all right? Let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 213. Hey, good evening, 213. We're talking about the monster Jeffrey Dahmer documentary. Pardon me, movie. Have you seen it? 213. Yes, no, maybe. Gotta go. Thank you for tapping in. We tried, all right? Let's Spring at 929. Good evening. Are you there? 929. Monday evening. Yes, no, maybe.
Hello, Star.
Hey, good evening. Good evening.
Hey, Star, how are you?
I'm good. Who's this? What's cracking?
This is Fatu. Sorry.
Who's this?
Fatu.
I've spoken to you before. How do you spell your name?
Yes, you did. Fatu. Fatu.
Fatu. Okay, that's right. I remember you. How are you? Where do you want to start, dear? We're talking about the Jeffrey Dahmer movie or a Kanye West saying white lives matter. Do you give a goddamn about Kanye?
I don't have time for Kanye, so I'm going to definitely slide right into Jeffrey Dahmer.
Please. Go ahead.
So I watched the whole entire series. It was very interesting. Of course, I think everyone is, for the most part, pretty familiar with him.
Mm-hmm.
But I do enjoy the way that it was depicted.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard a lot of people saying that they were trying to make him more relatable or humanize him. I didn't feel that, personally. So I don't really know in regards to that. I felt like it just kind of gave his life in different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
And like different sides, but it didn't really make it seem like we should have sympathy for him, you know? I think also, I feel like he may also be like the worst person, in my opinion, on the top of the list because of the fact that, yes, he only did kill 17 people, not to say that that's a little bit, but to the extent of like having penises like in fridges and skeletons and heads and things all over the place, I think that's what really puts him at the top of the list for me.
Okay.
So, also Evan Peters really did a great job, like putting across the weird image that really makes Jeffrey Dahmer seem very much more creepier, and it made it more relatable, I guess.
Okay. If I can chime in for a second, Fatu, the journalist who broke this story back in 1991, Ann Schwartz, she didn't like the way the actor who played Jeffrey Dahmer, what was his cadence. She says that's not how he spoke. And she also spoke about the woman, hang on a second, I forgot her name, Glenda Cleveland, played by Niecy Nash.
Mm-hmm.
She says that she didn't even live in Jeffrey Dahmer's building, so she shot down a few things. But overall, it was a decent movie. I am going to finish watching the last 2 episodes. But now, hang on a second. How old are you, if I can ask?
I'm 25.
25. Okay. Are you familiar with John Wayne Gacy? John Wayne Gacy.
I am briefly, kind of, but not too much. But I am familiar with the clown and burying people underneath his floorboards and so forth, I believe.
Burying boys, young boys, for the most part. He killed, minors. Yeah. 33 to be precise, according to different reports. 33 buried them up under his house.
Okay, so that's the thing, because even when I was having a conversation with someone the other day in regards to Ted Bundy and, just kind of, not to say comparing and contrasting the severity of both situations, but for me, like I said, I feel like the eating people and cooking and just that makes it worse for me.
Okay.
Even though the body counts are severe in amount, like one might be 33 and another 17, I think what you do with the bodies after that point is what makes it even worse.
Okay. Yeah. I was just more, I guess, more bothered by the fact that he was killing defenseless young boys, before they even got a chance to, even hit 18 years of age. But I appreciate you tapping in. Anything else you want to put on the table? I'm kind of freestyling tonight, staying on these 2 topics.
Not really. Just wanted to call in to say hey.
Good to hear from you. And what state are you out of again? I forget. Fatu.
Say it again?
What state are you out of? I forget.
New York.
New York, okay. Are you up in the Bronx? It's going crazy up there.
Please don't do that. No. I'm actually originally from Queens.
Okay.
But I live in Brooklyn at the moment.
Well, the Bronx is out of control. Yes, every morning on 1010 Wins, they're talking about killings, shootings, stabbings, drill rappers. It's crazy, yeah? The Bronx?
Yeah, the Bronx has always been pretty crazy. For the most part, I try my best to avoid
Mm-hmm.
that whole entire area. It's like a whole different country over there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I try
Well,
not to.
most of the people, in my opinion, that are doing the killing up there are from a different country. They're undocumented. They've come here by way of, well, New York being a sanctuary city. Yeah, so they're running amok on scooters. It's out of control. But thank you for calling, Fatu.
No problem. Bye, Star.
Take care. Bye now. All right. Yeah, the BX is out of control. Hold on a second. Pete got your donation. No message, but thank you, sir, for tapping in. Guys, in my community section, I also want to make sure that I'm promoting one of my new sponsors. If you're trying to learn how to speak Japanese. Hold on a second. Let me go to my community section. All right. Oh, and you know what I didn't talk about? Wait a second. Hang on a second. Hold on. Okay. In my community section, learn super easy Japanese. Let me say that again. Learn super easy Japanese conversation on your phone, iPad, and you can get 50% off if you're a Star Report listener, okay? Hashtag cool convo. Here's something. Let me print this out that came out in the New York Post today. There's a D-bag tax. You guys up to speed? Let me put this in the live chat for a second. A dirtbag tax. Women are trying to charge men, sending them requests for money for failed relationships and bad dates. And you got some simps actually paying. Let me take a screenshot. Hold on a second because I get too many windows open here. Yeah, this comes out of New York City. Wow. I'm not going to say this woman's name. Some women are even requesting deposits before a date so that you don't cancel. It's in my community section. Matter of fact, I'm not going to promote that after that broad. I'm not going to help her clown men. Gangs of Love got your donation. Thank you, sir. Africans let Asians take over. Fuck out of here. Save the animals, okay? Bone doing work again. Thank you for your donation. Mr. Biggs got your donation. Let me Google that, sir, just to be precise. I don't want to just spit somebody's name out there and say the wrong thing. Hold on a second. I know who you're talking about, but I just want to be certain, okay? Let's bring in area code 310. Good evening, 310. We're talking about the new Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix movie. Are you up to speed? 310.
Can you hear me?
Good evening. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
What's good with you, good brother?
How are you, sir?
Jeffrey Dahmer's story. I watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes. I had to turn it off, man. I honestly, it was disturbing initially. The story's disturbing, but then once you watch it and you realize, man, this brother went after mostly Africans that live in America. It's just like, man, I don't. That energy that transfers into you when you watch certain series is heavy, let alone somebody that's murdered. So when I woke up one morning, like a week ago, I'm head is on a swivel in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. It's dark outside. I'm like, man, I don't want to wake up feeling like if somebody going to come out and do something to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? So I just.
Well, now, hang on a second, sir. You've called me brother, which I don't appreciate, and then you called Jeffrey Dahmer a brother. Can I ask how old are you, sir? How old are you?
What's that?
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 38. I'm just using that term loosely.
Yeah, I know, but it offends me, though, sir. It offends me. You know, it offends me. Okay, so
forgive me.
You said you don't want to come outside being scared. Do you live in the hood, might I ask? Do you live in the hood?
No, I'm not in the hood.
Okay. Have you ever lived
I'd actually be a lot safer if I was in the hood.
Say again?
I'd probably feel a lot safer if I was in the hood.
Exactly. So here we have a Caucasian cave dweller, to be precise, blonde hair and blue eyes. He's got you scared. But you feel okay around blacks that are killing, fighting, stabbing, and shooting each other. Caucasian got you scared.
I think I don't know if you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm saying the energy of what the guy was, what he was doing.
Okay.
And watching it on TV and waking up in the mornings. Like I wake up early to do my thing. So when I wake up at 3:30, I'm out of the house by 4.
Okay.
I'm walking to my car. And white people get away with certain things that we just won't. And I live in a neighborhood where it's surrounded by all Caucasians. So I feel like if somebody was to do something to me, it may not be looked upon or looked at and dissected. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, man, I wake up every morning and I feel good and I'm walking around. But after watching a series like that and seeing a brother get away with some shit like that for all that time, and they not try to look for those boys, I mean, that's disturbing. That's disturbing.
Okay.
That's that energy that transfers over into people. I don't know if people understand when they watch certain TV shows or whatever, how you feel the happiness when somebody doing something great, something happened to a little child, you feel sad or whatever. Somebody get murdered, you wince.
Can I ask, sir, have you ever been traumatized by a Caucasian? Ever been traumatized?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
So I just cut it off. I turned it off.
No. I'm saying, in your daily life, have you ever been traumatized by a Caucasian at any point? You just asking a question.
Well, I mean, not in that particular manner. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I did time before. I mean, that's all you see is CO running a joint. So I mean, yeah, of course, that type of traumatization for sure.
And you say you didn't grow up in a white area. Where'd you grow up at, sir? I grew up in the suburbs around mostly white people. How about yourself?
I grew up in a black neighborhood. I'm saying right now, and I live in a white neighborhood.
Okay. If I can share something with you, I'm almost 60. You're 38, you said, yes?
Okay.
You're 38, yes? 38.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Don't ever take a drink from a Caucasian when you're out socially. Don't ever do that, okay?
Never have.
Okay.
Never will.
Make sure you don't. Whitey's always up to something.
What's that?
Whitey, always up to something, okay?
I don't take drinks.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. I took the time with him, He didn't send it a donation. I just talking to be talking, Troll babies, don't take drinks from white folks when you're at parties. If they come up to you, hey, I got your drink. Hey, who are you? Drink that. They got all types of shit waiting for your goofy ass. Global Media Inc., thank you for your donation. Hang on a second, get those likes up. Absolutely. Zane, I got your donation. Star, is it safe to say that the caller seems to be scared to come outside, but yet he still lives in a white neighborhood? Hey, You know what I get a kick out of doing here in the South? Oh, my goodness. Whenever I'm in a parking lot, whether it be Home Depot, Lowe's, or Walmart or something like that, I am a quintessential New Jersey prick, born and raised in New Jersey, but whenever white people come up to my vehicle, I do this. And I push the lock button twice, and then look at them. I do it just to be a prick. Anybody else do that? I do it just to be on some bullshit. I don't give a fuck how old they are. I don't give a fuck if they got kids with them. Gorilla's O, got your donation. We need a Netflix show on that black serial killer show. These white boys, show these white boys how it's really done, okay? Tajana got your donation. When is America going to get over the great white killer? Rambo and Lone Wolf McCade fall under this category too. I don't think they ever will. I think that's always going to be a go-to, formula. I mean, listen to the people that have called in tonight. I say that respectfully. Ooh, I'm scared. Ooh, you know? I don't think ever. I think there's always going to be some spooky thing with regards to, a white person talking very mild and then tying you up or chaining you up, and then some type of saw or drill comes out, and they, you get scared and scream. Thank you for your donation. My Sicilian Cuzzo. Star, get that giggling Mooly off the line. He's been babbling. Oh, my God. Okay, whoa, slow down. And then he says, shout out to Kanye West for telling the truth. Hashtag we matter. Oh, wow. He's going in on Brooklyn Giggles. Thank you, my Sicilian cousin. Hold on, guys. Let me go to Cash App. Also on the screen, Urban Gorilla. Do you want to call in, sir? Where are you? It's been a while. I want to make sure I'm giving you some shine. And Born Power 200. Bishop in Kansas City says there's a serial leader on the loose. Targeting black women. Did you mention? No, can you send me a link, please? Jordan Wells, I see you, sir. Hold on, Jordan Wells. I'm going to get to you. Let me put my email address on the screen if somebody wants to send me a link to something. Hold on. And I'm still looking for a director in the Atlanta area. I've spoken to a couple of people for a horror film. Okay, there's my email address, sir. If you can send me the link to what you're talking about. Born Power 200. Thank you for your donation. Salute. Send me the link to that email address on the screen, all right? Where is Mr. Jordan Wells? Hold on. 973. Hey, Jordan, how are you, man? Thank you for tapping in. I got your text.
Yeah, hey, so how you doing? How's everything?
Good to hear from you, man. What's cracking?
Yeah. I was just calling in. I was watching some of the show. I just saw I actually finished watching the Jeffrey Dahmer series.
Okay.
It was very interesting because it was actually some good material for me to research, because I was thinking about I had a novel idea.
Okay.
That deals with serial murders and stuff like that. But things have been pretty good. I had actually received a letter from former Secretary Hillary Clinton about my book, Madam President.
Really?
Yeah. She sent it sometime last month. I mean, actually in August she sent it, and just a letter of gratitude thanking me for her signed copy of Madam President.
Congrats.
So that's pretty cool.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. But yeah, about the Jeffrey Dahmer, it was interesting because he never really brutally killed somebody just coming up in front, personally attacking them right then and there. He always invited them into his space, into his house. So I thought that was an interesting approach and everything. But
or he took him to a hotel. Took one guy to the hotel that I know of.
Yeah, the hotel. Yeah, absolutely.
Or the bathhouse.
But then it was funny. Right, that's what I want to. Yeah, but it seemed like he always invited people, and it was kind of luring them in rather than just killing them up front. But I just kind of looked at it, and it was he wasn't like you said, he wasn't really a smart man. Because when I think about it, he was also, performing a cannibalism. He was eating his victim.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about that, it's he was really taking a lot of risks with his person. And I'm not, before I say this, I don't want to say this to be disrespectful or facetious, but it's that during that time, that was the whole, plague of HIV and AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
Where he easily could have just as from eating his victims, he could have easily contracted something from that DNA and all that stuff. So just thinking about that, he's he really was just not a smart man at all. He could have easily just like destroyed himself just from.
Well, he was deceptive.
Symbolism.
He was deceptive and clever. You know, I mean, I don't give him the title of being, oh, he's highly intelligent, because, you know, the media always likes to put that title of, oh, he was withdrawn and so highly intelligent. They did that with the goddamn shooter up in Connecticut to kill those kids. I'm not going to say his name. But, well, he's out of here either way, Jeffrey Dahmer. He died in the penitentiary. For those who don't know, he was beaten to death a year after he was convicted and went to the penitentiary. So, you know, all that, you know, whether he was eating HIV, I don't know. Who gives a shit, man? But what'd you think overall about the 10 episodes? You saw all 10?
Yes. I mean, it was phenomenal acting. I mean, the guy Evan Peters, he did a great job when he portrayed Jeffrey Dahmer. I actually saw some of his work from other projects, but
okay.
It was very interesting because I never even really heard about certain things about that whole scene. That was kind of before my time. That was in the early 90s.
Okay.
You know, so I'm 33 now, so that's a little ahead of my time. But that John Wayne Gacy, it actually opened my mind up to all the other serial killers of that time too, that I didn't even heard of before. But yeah, it's a crazy world we live in, but it's like you said, like it's our society is just like sick with it, and it's addictive to watch certain things like that. So
what about the serial killer Charles Manson?
You know, it's I heard of him. I'm familiar with him too, but it was this. You know, he seemed to be. I wouldn't say he was intelligent either, but it's like they, for some reason, what they do in their mind, they feel is right. Even though it could be.
I would actually classify Charles Manson as intelligent, and he actually didn't kill anybody with his own hands. Charles Manson
right.
never killed anybody with his own hands. He used to tell people, he had a famous rhyme quotable: when I say do it, it gets done. If it don't get done, then I'll move on it. And that's the last thing in the world you want me to do. Charles Manson.
Yeah, I mean, I recently watched like some interviews when he was in prison, and I mean, it was just they were interesting. Like he did have a mind of his own for the most part. You know, I wouldn't say like some of them just watching their interviews because they're still human in a way, even though they call them monsters and stuff, but they're still human beings who went through things in life. So. It's interesting to look at certain documentaries like that, but it was great research for me, like, because I do have some ideas of some stories I want to write in the future.
Okay. Listen, don't give out your ideas on the show. Listen, man, Jordan,
no.
I appreciate talking to you. Your banner, one of your banners is in my banner roll after the show. The banners roll for about at least 30 minutes, so let me know if that's the right banner, if you happen to see it, okay?
All right, okay. All right, thanks for the call.
Good to talk to you, man. Yes, sir. Jordan Wells tapping in. Charles Manson. When I say do it, it gets done. If it don't get done, then I'll move on it. Never killed anybody with his own hands. Kane Key got your donation. Dahmer would have easily had one of your callers. He already had the alcohol. Only thing left he had to do was put on a wig and said he was Britney Spears. Jeffrey Dahmer was clever, sneaky, living up in the hood. If you're just now joining me, we've been going over the some of the notes and details. Let me run down the list of the 17 men that Jeffrey Dahmer killed, in case you don't know. 1978, he killed Stephen Hicks, 18 years of age. 1987, he killed, I'm just going to say a guy named Stephen, 24 years of age. 1987, he killed a guy named Jamie. 1988, he killed Richard. 1989, Anthony. 1990, Raymond. 1990, he killed 3 people, to be precise: Edward W. Smith and Ernest. 1991 is when he really started picking up traction, getting into his groove, so to speak. All right. But again, he killed 2 14-year-olds, one in 1987 and the other one in 1991. So he was beyond sick. No parameters. nobody that I could ever respect. Fuck him. He's out of here. Barrington, got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Netflix wanted acting Bussy, not actual Bussy Zach. Okay. Okay, who is this? Who are you? You sent me an email. Did you send in a donation? What's up, okay. Thank you. I can't read these long emails, folks. Hold on a second. Okay, I'll get back to that person later. Todd, I got your donation. Thank you, Todd. This is going viral. What's going viral? Okay, I'll check that out later. Thank you, man. I want to stay on topic tonight, okay? But thank you. Lawrence, I got your donation. I do not see a message, but thank you for tapping in. Okay. Rory, are you on the line? Where's Rory? Hold on a second. 347 Rory. Big Rory.
Star, what up?
The white Denzel was cracking, man. Thank you for tapping in.
I'm good. I'm chilling, man. How's everything with you?
Good. Have you seen this Jeffrey Dahmer, the new film on Netflix called Monster?
Yeah.
Really?
He's kind of like he's kind of like Colin Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? He's a freedom fighter. A lot of us consider him a freedom fighter, you know.
Whoa.
Y'all have Colin Ferguson. We got Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what I mean?
Break it down.
Yeah. Yeah, break it down, man. Gordon Ramsay ain't got shit on him. I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer was up there in the kitchen cooking it up. You know, he was cooking up some soul food. You know,
in the hood.
Yeah.
In the hood.
Yeah. Yeah, some soul food, man. Kill him and cook him in a pot like gumbo. He had light-skinned gumbo, high yellow gumbo. He had dark-skinned brothers with waffles. You know, he was cooking it up. He was more of a chef than anything.
Wow.
You know, he was a mass murderer, but he should be known more for his culinary skills more than anything. You know,
I wouldn't call him a mass murderer. He was a serial killer. He didn't shoot like a lot of people at one time. He's a serial killer. You said mass murderer.
Well, you know as well as I do. Black people go home with anybody as long as they got some weed in the apartment.
Oh.
No, they don't really care.
Say that again. Go
They
back.
don't really care.
Rory, go back. Run it back. What'd you say, Rory?
I said, you know, I've been living around black people my whole life. You know as well as I do. Black people go home with anybody as long as you got some weed in an apartment. You know, it's kind of easy to trick them out of their freedom. You know.
Oh,
you know?
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rory, dumbing out. Pay attention.
No, I haven't called in for a while. I've been hearing the brothers screaming out my name, getting crazy. So, you know, we're going to have a little fun tonight.
Go ahead. Pop your collar, man. Pop your collar.
Yeah, you know, we ain't mad at Jeffrey Dahmer. He was doing his thing. You know, if that's how he wanted to perfect his craft, his culinary craft, then that's what he was doing. You know, he was making Mooley Palm on a hero. He probably had some Mooley Palm on a hero. You know, he probably was doing a crab boil instead of crab legs. He was shaving up all the black legs.
Oh shit!
And he was having a black leg boil with some corn on the cob and shit.
Yeah.
You know, and
Rory, I need you to hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hey, 7 stars. Hang on, I'm coming to you. You're up next. 7 stars. Sit tight, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, Rory, go ahead. Back to you, man.
Yeah, word on the street is he was a GD. He was a GD. He was a disciple, gangster disciple. So, you know, I'm telling you.
Oh shit!
He was the white one. What they call them? Insane gangster disciples. Ain't that the white ones? So yeah, he was there. That's why he was in the hood. He had a hood pass, and you know, I'd say probably a lot of those those dudes that went to his house, you know, they went there knowing that that it was, you know, that it was going to be some freaky shit. They just didn't know how freaky it was going to get. But
Right.
they dancing with the devil.
Dance with
You
the
know,
devil. Yeah.
when you dance with the devil, it gets freaky. You know.
Oh my God.
That's the way it goes.
So Rory, you watched all episodes? Seriously, did you watch all 10? Or you know his history anyway?
I went, you know, I know the story, and I didn't see the whole thing. I
Okay.
watched one episode of it, and I haven't caught up with it yet. The
Okay.
rest of it, man, I've been kind of busy.
You know what it's about.
I know the story,
I know what
you
this
know.
is about, man. He's in the hood. He's getting busy. That's it. Rory, any comments on Kanye West before you go? Some T-shirt him and Candace Owens wearing at some goddamn fashion show. I'm not going to promote that. Talking about White Lives Matter. Is Kanye a coon? What's going on with Kanye, man?
Yeah, that's the homie, son. White Lives Matter. White Lives matter the most. Were you crazy?
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go,
white
Rory.
lives matter the most.
Let's go. Talk
Come
that
on,
talk.
man. Without white lives, we wouldn't be living in this beautiful utopia that we're living in here in America. You know, we've been getting a bad rap lately. White people, white men especially. We've been getting a bad rap lately, and you know, we kind of over that. You know, we over that. We're not trying to hide or compare whose lives matter the most.
Right.
Our lives matter more because we don't kill each other as much. So that's an example right there.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Oh, come on, Star. If our lives didn't matter, we'd be shooting the hell out of each other.
The Caucasian,
you know?
hang on. The Caucasian,
over
hang
colors.
on. The Caucasian has always found ways to kill millions at a time. Millions. That's why once upon a time they sat down. Hang on. That's why once upon a time they sat down. The meeting was called the Manhattan Project. You know the meeting. We've spoken about it before. And they said, you know, we need a bomb that can kill not just 20, 30, 50, but millions.
No.
The Manhattan Project, for those who don't know.
When we make a statement with an exclamation point. Don't leave there. Ain't no shaking your head and wondering what's coming next. You got the point the first time.
Right.
I think the white man's getting ready to drop another nuclear bomb soon. It's just
Putin.
One of these Slavic white dudes, you know.
Hang on, before you
but
go.
That's cool too, because you can't.
Roy,
You know,
before you go, I got to get 7 stars on the line. According to WION on YouTube, they're saying that Putin is getting ready to use nukes. According to WION on YouTube. Listen, man, I got to take these other calls, man. Good to talk to you, and I'll chop it up behind the scenes.
Cool. Good to talk to you too, Star.
Yeah, man. Salute, Rory. Salute. Okay. 7 stars. You in the building. 7 stars. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for waiting.
Hey, Star, how you doing?
Good. Aren't you in California, if memory serves me correctly?
I am.
Okay.
Yes. You got a good memory. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good to hear from you. How's your channel going?
I'm taking a back seat only because I ended up in the quote-unquote beefing sector.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm going to just educate myself on doing some videos and then start my true crime series.
Okay. Well, good to hear from you. Where do you want to start? I got your donation. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. So first of all, I watched the whole Jeffrey Dahmer limited series on Netflix, okay? Then I turned around and I did research.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were speculating that little boy, and this is all alleged, but they were speculating that little boy, Adam Walsh, who came up missing, Jeffrey Dahmer could have snatched him up.
Possibly.
Possibly, yes. And then I was also watching on the Donahue show. They were allegedly, well, no, this actually came from someone he quote unquote was dating, but they were saying that he had his first sexual experience was with his father.
You know, I don't remember all the details, but I wouldn't be surprised. Continue, please. Continue.
No, so that was pretty much it. I was just, let me tell you something. I could talk about this type of stuff all day. He had them gay dudes shook. okay? And the reason he had them shook is because if he was still around today, half of them would still be at his apartment getting got, okay?
I believe
then
that.
to turn around and
I believe that too.
Absolutely.
I believe that too. Go ahead.
He was a tall, handsome guy.
Yeah.
Fit, you know what I mean? He looked super unsuspecting. Like they would have that he had them people shook. And then here's the other thing. He was only offering them $50.
Right.
Some dudes were going over there claiming they weren't even gay, but they wanted the $50.
Right.
And I said, well, that's thirsty.
Yeah. Well.
So I just got for $50.
So let me add this because it sounds like you did some real good research. So Jeffrey Dahmer was always in between jobs. So it's not like he had a lot of money. It's not like he was smoking crack or he could afford to buy somebody else crack. He was in between jobs, losing jobs, always getting fired for drinking. So you're right. He was luring people with all those things you just said, his looks, that very mild demeanor. And you had a lot of guys that were probably on the DL who thought, oh, I'm gonna come up off this white guy, and then whammo. Go ahead.
Well, what it really did was just expose how many of these dudes out here are gay for pay and for pennies.
Right.
Well, go to the house. A lot of them dudes were bisexual. They weren't all gay. Some of them claimed they were straight, ended up getting got. The guy who actually escaped his apartment, his name is Tracy Edwards, he claimed he wasn't gay at all. He met Jeffrey Dahmer at a mall, and Jeffrey Dahmer approached him and said, hey, you want to take some, photos for $50? Mm-hmm. And he was like, okay. And he went back to the guy's house.
Yeah, I spoke about him earlier in my broadcast because he, according to a story I pulled up earlier here, I think I threw it away, but his ex-lawyer said that he hasn't been right ever since that encounter. He's been on drugs, and you look at his picture, he doesn't look like a feminine guy. So I think you're right. He got caught out there. That's the guy that had the fucking the one handcuff on and ran and got the police. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he was truly traumatized by that experience because after finding out what Jeffrey Dahmer was doing in that apartment and how many dead bodies were actually still in the apartment there with him, I think that did a whole number on him. So yeah, they said he threw somebody over a river with his other homeless buddy and killed him. Did you hear about that?
I forget, but the guy Tracy, what is it, Edwards? Was that his name?
Tracy Edwards, yes.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer probably raped him as well because he drugged him, beat on him, handcuffed him, probably raped him as well. So yeah, he's all fucked up in the head. I don't mean to laugh, but just he got got.
No, seriously.
He got got, as you said. He got got. Go ahead.
Absolutely. And there was another guy who isn't on your victim list, but his name was Dean Vaughn. Do you remember seeing him in the series? He was the guy who moved into Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, remember?
Somewhat, sort of. It's been so long.
Okay, yeah. He moved into the apartment, and he had a couple of scenes with Glenda Cleveland, who, you're right, was not his actual neighbor. I think she lived like across the street or something like that, right?
Next building, yeah.
Right. So she reported seeing him and Dahmer hang out a couple of times, and then he just disappeared. Well, they found him in his apartment, drugged, strangled, sodomized, but they never pinned that murder to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Okay.
They said his pants was around his ankles.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But he's not on the victim list.
Okay. Well, listen, good to hear from you. So you say you're going to restart your channel or do a different channel?
Yeah, I'm going to do something a little different. Like I said, I need to just educate myself on a couple of things, and then, yeah, we're going to get started all over again.
Okay. If I can help you in any way, let me know. You've supported my machines. Sometimes you have to start a brand new channel because you may be in a certain category due to beefing, as you said in the past, and a lot of that stuff you can't get it out of the algorithm. So you may want to just start a brand new channel. But if I can help, let me know.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good night. Okay.
And I'll be in LA next month on my road trip.
You'll be in LA? Okay, yeah, come
Yep.
through.
Okay.
I'll take you to one of my favorite restaurants out here in downtown LA.
All right, stay in touch. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. 7 stars tapping in. Big Nigga 22 got your donation. Nigga talking about Rory Dahmer. Nah, that's Rory Wayne Gacy, a.k.a. the clown-ass white bussy boy. Nigga dresses up as a tranny clown. Hashtag the white Laverne Cox. Damn, Big Nigga 22. Okay. Brooklyn Giggles tapping in. He says, tell your Sicilian cousin to eat a dick. You're not even the FBA. You're just a nigga with straight hair. Okay. Getting at him. Where's Florida boy Jay? I want all the smoke with that nigga. Damn, okay. FBJ called in Saturday and really helped me out, man. We were talking about the whole Whack 100 Benzino debacle. Troll babies, any updates on that whole? I don't have that Clubhouse app, and I'm not going to get it on my phone. Any updates? Has Benzino said anything? Salute to Ion on Instagram. Tagged me. Has Benzino responded? Does he have any smoke for Whack 100? Whack 100 he's up right now. He's up. He shook off that whole thing with laying on his stomach, feet up in the air. He's bounced back. I gotta say it. Guys, on the screen, another one of my sponsors, www.blackbodyworks.com. Please go there. Blackbodyworks.com. Tell them I sent you. Also, Credit Wiz Pro. Got to get you back on the line here whenever schedules permit, so you can promote, all right? www.creditwizpro.com. Get a free consultation. Work on your FICO score. Clean certain things off of your credit report that you may not even know about, okay? www.creditwizpro.com. Area code 917. Good evening. We're talking about the monster Jeffrey Dahmer limited series. Have you seen
Hello,
it?
can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Good evening.
Yeah, calling from New York. I'm just, I like listening to your show.
Thank you.
I guess the one thing that's interesting about this whole thing, I don't know if many people talk about it, the fascination that this guy had with black men.
Yes.
Brown
sugar.
What was that all about?
Like the brown sugar. We spoke.
What was he like?
We spoke about that earlier. Yeah, he had a taste for the sugar.
And also too, as far as like serial killers, it seems to be predominantly white men that do this. Like what do people have to say about that? If you look at most of the serial killers throughout history, there's been a few, blacks that have done that, but it's kind of minor, right? It's not a lot of them. It seems to be this is more of a condition of Europeans.
I would agree.
I wonder what
I would agree. Go ahead.
I wonder what psychologists have to say about that. Because when you matter of fact, if you think about it, when you hear like a serial killing, and you hear about them, in your mind you automatically think, this is more likely a white. Black people don't really get involved with that. Like we don't get involved with like serial killings. It doesn't seem to be a trait of ours. And I wonder what's the psychological condition that causes mainly Europeans to do that. Like, what's that all about?
Well, listen, I'm a low-budget sociologist. I have no degrees. I'm a high school dropout. So I'm not the guy to give you, to give you the expert opinion. But what do you think, sir? How old are you? And tell us what you think. You sound like a man of knowledge. Why do you think that the Caucasian takes more pride in this type of work? This is work.
Yeah, he does. Well, actually, I'm 58 years old. I was born in the Bronx.
Okay.
At the I was in the middle of hip hop. By the way, that's the second point I wanted to kind of tap onto. And by the way, I did donate you $20.
Thank you, sir.
On your PayPal.
Thank you.
That's the Steel Standing Memorial Foundation. But anyway, from my experience in life, and I'll put it out there, and it's just my own experience, is that typically the most racist people that you see, typically, and this is just going out there, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Blonde, your gingers, your blonde blue, your blonde blue eyes that have no melanin whatsoever. They tend to be more vicious, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like you tend to get more of that. As from my experience, I'm just saying I've been, I've dealt with that. You ask one man who's been I wouldn't say I've been traumatized, but the confrontations I've had in my life have been pretty much with that phenotype.
Well, now hang on a second, sir. Hang on. Let's not make it about you. You asked a question about earlier in the conversation about why more Caucasians seem to take part in these types of killings. So take yourself out of it. Why do you think you and I are the same age? You and I have seen a lot of things. I mean, if you ask me, there's certain crimes that fit certain cultures, but at the same time,
right?
Race is a social construct. It's not a concept. So let's look at certain cultures. You know what I mean? If you look at pedophiles and things like that, then you could look directly at Hispanics. You could look at a place like Puerto Rico. Shots fired. And it's such a thing over there that the laws are very extreme if you get caught doing that sort of thing. So tell us, why do you think, man of your age, your knowledge, your wisdom, why do you think the Caucasian takes part in this type of work? Please.
I'm not really, I have to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I've thought about it. Maybe it's the environment, the cold environment that they come from, Caucasians, in Europe, that makes them more cold like that. But I wouldn't say that that's exactly the reason why. I'm really, really not sure, but it's just something I see. It's something that we see a lot. Like I said, when you hear about these types of killers, these serial killers, more than likely they're white males. I mean, more than likely. I'm not all the time. I'm not trying to generalize 100%, but it seems more like a condition of them. And I'm really not sure. I just think it's something that needs to be.
Are you mystified, sir? Do you subscribe to the theory of God? Are you mystified?
Say it again.
Do you subscribe to the theory of God? Are you mystified?
Do I supply?
No, do you subscribe to the theory of God? Do you believe in a God, a higher power?
I think there's definitely a divine intelligence. I don't think we know exactly.
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. So your answer, for the most part, is yes. Now, I'm a non-believer.
Yeah.
I'm an atheist. I do believe in something. I believe in myself. But according to what you subscribe to, the Caucasian could be, I'm just saying, could be more demonic. If you're mystified, then you can't go around, certain things by way of ghosts, goblins, genies, warlocks, and witches. So that Caucasian, he would fall into that category of being demonic, vampires and all sorts of shit. This comes from the mind of the Caucasian, yes?
Well, when I have to say this, when you say subscribe to, like I said, I do believe that there is some type of intelligence to this universe. Now, whether or not, I'm not going to say that I believe that there's a demon and people are burning in hell and things of this nature, because I don't believe that. That's, I definitely don't believe that.
Sir. Okay. So you tomato, but you believe in a higher power, a force, yes? A force.
Yeah, I would have to say that there is some type of intelligence. What it is exactly, I don't know.
Caucasians are demonic in that world, sir. You can look it up. All of your doctrines. All of your doctrines will take you to the Caucasians, sir. But go ahead and finish up.
Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'll wave the white flag on that one.
The black man is God. The black man's God, sir, for true believers. But okay, you finish up.
This other point. Yeah, this other point is a little off topic. I just wanted to kind of get your your vibe on this. With Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes, what they said in terms of black culture.
Sir, I can't go back. We've done that. I got to stay on topic. The black man created hip hop. I don't give a goddamn what Fat Joe or Busta Rhymes said.
No, only thing real quick. I just want to know why no major black rappers have addressed that, but they all on top.
Sir, I'm the major nigga on the microphone. Both of them niggas is capping. I'm the major nigga.
All
right?
Say that again?
Both of those niggas is capping. I'm second only to Frankie Crocker. Them niggas is capping. Gotta go, sir. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Them niggas is crazy. Black man created hip hop and break dancing. The Puerto Rican carried the cardboard so the black man could do all that spinning and shit. And then when he got tired of that, he said, y'all go ahead with that shit. We moving on. Florida Boy J, are you there? Florida Boy J, a 1-2, a 1-2.
Hey.
My nigga.
Hey, man, what's going on, man? Listen, I hear a whole bunch of, just an unsureness on the line right now, and a whole bunch of niggas giving a white boy credit for being a serial killer, like it ain't been serial killers in y'all neighborhoods, like you ain't got a fucking, my bad for cussing, but you ain't got a cousin that's a serial killer, like your favorite rapper ain't preaching about how he's a serial killer, niggas got graveyards under their belts, but they're so mystified that this one white man is killing bussy boys. Now we all have to have reverence and lay our swords down because we need to understand how the white man
niggas is shaking and talking about I was scared. Niggas acting scared.
No, niggas is scared right now. This was the white boogeyman in real time. They're giving him so much props on how he lured him in. You see people, you see niggas on social media talking about, yeah, those drugs I could have took. I'm a real geeker. Because this is the drug addict, generation. What I'm saying to bring it back home. Is you got all these hoe ass niggas calling the line talking about you don't see black people doing that. You don't see us doing that. It's something about black people. Yeah, that forgiveness gene. They got the foot on y'all neck. Can I go down a list of y'all don't know about Samuel Little? Y'all don't know about Henry Louis Wallace? Y'all don't know about Chester Turner? Y'all don't know about Derek Todd Lee? Of course you don't, because you're so mystified by the white man killing and wrecking the setup that you're not gonna look on and give your own self a pat on the back for being serial killers yourselves, not only in America but abroad. You be looking up those Nigerian mud hut articles talking about how the two sons killed the brother and ate him and fed him like as a soup to the natives. Like you hear this shit all the time.
Let's go.
Why we acting like niggas killing each other and feeding each other to each other? But niggas, I like one more time, like you said, like you say it all the time. A nigga can tell you, a nigga do something 1,000 ways. White men do it one time. We all gotta get on our knees for it. It is what it is, man.
Hey, hold on. Before you go, anything with regards to sports you want to put on the table? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, what he called Kyrie Irving?
Whole ass nigga. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Whole ass nigga. I excluded him from the all-time scoring list. You remember I said it was Karl Malone.
Wait a minute. FBJ, slow down. Florida Boy J. Kareem, I'm going to be precise. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar called Kyrie Irving, what did he call him? Buffoon or coon or something? Hold on. A comical buffoon. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar called Kyrie Irving a comical buffoon. And you had it wrong. Kareem is still the all-time scoring leader. You had it wrong. Put some respect on his name. Go ahead.
Listen, okay. This bum-ass old nigga was on the court back in the day, punching, swinging at niggas, loving on the white woman, but thinking he was pro-black on TV. And to people, at that time, he was raising his fist, talking about, yeah, I'm a militant nigga. I ain't talking to the media, F them. But behind the scenes, loving on the snow, being a ski instructor, doing backflips down the slopes. So he's a fraud anyways, hitting niggas on court, doing a whole bunch of degenerate stuff. You already know, hitting the white man on court just because he pushed you. He was what was wrong with the NBA back in that day. He was a bum on the Lakers until Magic. Hold on, let me land the plane. I'm about to land the plane.
Come on,
he was a bum on the Lakers until Magic Johnson got over there and led him to them 5 rings in the 80s. Outside of that, he was just a glorified Wilt Chamberlain. So I'm out of here. Kyrie is him in real time. Kyrie is who he wanted to be if he wasn't so caught up in loving that white woman.
I'm letting you talk, FBJ, because I respect how you give it up on the microphone, but I'm scrolling through Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's accomplishments and achievements. Man, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was dating Pam Grier as well, in case you don't know. I'm looking at his
man, who wasn't? Who wasn't back in that day?
Hang on, I'm looking at his time with the Milwaukee Bucks. Man, he went head to head with a lot of niggas, man. Real niggas on that court, man. But go ahead, talk your talk. Go ahead.
All I'm saying about this old ass nigga Kareem that can't get a coaching job, wonder why. Can't get a analyst job, wonder why. Can't get on no post. You can't sit there and Mark Jackson talk basketball, wonder why. Because you're a lame. When I say you're lame, like, bro, you're a fraud. And when I say you're a fraud, I mean just like I've been saying this whole time. You were marching around the 60s, 70s talking about you're pro-black. You was laying up with the white woman. You're contradicting yourself. And then until Oscar Robertson got with you in the Bucks, you and the Bucks won one championship. Let's not act like the Bucks were a dynasty. You won one ring with old Oscar Robertson, who should have won more when he was averaging triple-doubles. And then you didn't do anything with the Lakers until Magic Johnson came over there. You had Norm Nixon, who was an all-star player and a talent. Magic Johnson came there and changed things around. Don't act like he didn't have a point guard before Magic Johnson got there. So bottom line is this, I'm going to lay my plane with that, on that nigga.
Florida Boy J going in. All right, look, man, anything else with regards to sports we should know about? I like for you to talk sports, man, because I need to catch up on some things. Anything else? Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick on NBA note, Kevin Durant said he just wants to move on with the season after he wanted the coach and the GM to be fired and wanted to be traded. And they say, no, bring your ass back. You know, you're coming back to the team. He wants to move on, but that's what the NBA. NFL news. Patrick Mahomes won last night over Tom Brady, asserted his dominance. Eagles are 4-0, the last undefeated team in the NFL. So salute to them. The Dallas Cowboys are winning without Dak Prescott.
So hang on a second. So now what is the Buccaneers record? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers record is 2-2.
Wow. Okay.
They won. I'm watching San Francisco and the Rams right now. San Francisco just ended the game on a pick six.
Okay.
But with Tampa Bay, they just lost last night against Kansas City Chiefs. It was a Super Bowl rematch. Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, they did their thing. They came out quick. Tom Brady, they're looking like they're just starting off slow. They haven't been clicking all season now. Yesterday they were kind of clicking, but they were really just playing catch up. Tom Brady threw, I think, a personal record 28 or 29 straight passes, no handoffs. Like they just scrapped the game plan.
Okay.
So honestly, like I said, so just to land the plane on an NFL note, the Bills are doing what's expected. The Chiefs are doing what's expected. The Jags are a nice surprise. We're 2-2. You know what I'm saying? We're actually making some noise out here. The Broncos and Russell Wilson's lame ass are looking like scrubs and frauds. Nathaniel Hackett might get fired before the season starts. Lions are looking pretty good.
Do you think he's finished? Do you think Russell Wilson's finished, or is he still?
Russell Wilson is definitely finished. Why, Star? You need to do a show on why he's cosplaying as a black man. Why does Russell Wilson have a black scent that nobody wants to call out just because he's married to Sierra? That's the real problem. Until he owns up to his biracial status and who he truly is, he will never be the player he was in Seattle. Especially with Nathaniel Hackett calling that vanilla offense. He was our offense coordinator in 2017. I know he can't call a shit. He can't call shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey man, good to talk to you.
Man.
Hold on. Before you go, you and I spoke about the hurricane that came through Florida. When I took that road trip, man, I can't get Panama City out of my mind. I'm really moving out of Georgia next year. Would you recommend living in Panama City? I want to be on the water, and I want to be in a state that has good gun laws. Would you recommend living in Panama City, or is that just a place to visit? You said you were there, right? A couple times?
Yeah, I've been there before. Panama City, that's kind of like you want to be around in the country and on the panhandle. Yeah, that's if you want to really be over there, but I'm keeping the buck. If you really trying to be on the water, man, on that type of time, we already talking about Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa area.
I was down there. I'm not doing Clearwater. I'll do Jacksonville on the water. I really enjoy that.
Nah, Jacksonville's dope. Even Ponte Vedra, honestly, starting Ponte Vedra is kind of out the way from Jacksonville. It's kind of more fluid and secluded. That would be a really nice spot to be at. You're right next to Jack's Beach. it'll be nice. That's one thing about Florida. We have so much.
How do you spell that?
Beachfront property.
How do you spell that? What is it?
Ponte Vedra. Let me go ahead and get that for you right now. I don't want to misspell. And I can't. Getting that right now for you.
Give me a second, folks. I'm out of Georgia. I've had enough. I can't take niggas in pajamas and slides and slippers up in the goddamn supermarkets no more. I can't deal with it.
Yeah, this is how you spell it. Ponte space Vedra Vedra.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. And they got good property on the water, homes to rent.
It's beautiful. Okay. Hey, Star, beautiful property. Actually, the TPC Sawgrass comes out here to do the Players Championship every year.
Okay.
I'm telling you that they wouldn't bring the golf tournament out here if it wasn't a no nigger zone. No, hey, you can play G.G. Allen, no room for you niggers. You can black. That is exactly what Ponte Vedra is. That's what I'm pointing out.
Listen, I'm not trying to be around all white folks. I'm just saying I'm done with the Atlanta area. But we'll talk behind the scenes, man. Good to talk to you.
Absolutely, man. Jerry
yes,
Show, man. Thank you.
Take care, yeah. Yeah, I grew up around most of the white folks. I don't want to live around all white folks again. Can't trust them. I'm enjoying my time in the Atlanta metro area, even though I'm up in Woodstock, but it's just time for me to move on, that's all. Is it how do I say your name, young lady? Sharicia? Thank you for your donation. There's no message, but thank you. The check-in report. Star, as an objectivist myself, I think black people who can't finish the series should question why they can finish hood movies with murder and killings. Very good point. Very good point. Yeah, I am going to finish it. I watched 8 episodes today. I had to rewind just to make sure I didn't miss anything because, of course, I wanted to talk to you guys. But thank you for your donation. I mentioned something similar to that earlier, so you and I are on the same page. And I didn't want to say anything to Dana about that, but I'm surprised Dana was scared or something she said to that effect. Dana's from Jersey. Dana ain't supposed to be scared of no goddamn creepy white people. But thank you for your donation, the check-in report. Let me bring 202 on the line. Good evening, 202. Are you there? 202.
What's going on, man?
Aaron? Sounds like Aaron.
Yep.
Good to hear from you, man. What's cracking?
What's going on?
I'm good. Did you see any of this Jeffrey Dahmer film called Monster on Netflix?
No, man. It's some weird obsession people are starting to have now with serial killers and stuff like that. No, I mean, of course, I know the story, but there was a couple. I just wrote some points down. Okay. If anybody is interested, and I don't know, maybe somebody touched on this because they're looking at he's white and white people are serial killers and stuff like that, and that is true, but you should look up what percent of serial killers are homosexual. It's close to like 70%.
Yeah.
So if we really want to start typecasting what groups are going out there doing stuff like this, it's always some type of sexual deviancy. And the funny thing is, the people that are tapping in on things where it's white people, there's a case I think in Dallas today of a guy, I think his name is like Billy Shamir or something like that. He's from Kenya. Okay. And he's killed 20 people, 20 women, mostly elderly and stuff like that. So it's, there is some foreign things now. The fact that now America's letting in so many foreigners, there's also some foreigners now that are taking that crown up too. So, I personally think when you go down the road of sexual deviancy, all of this stuff is like you're more prone to do, like drug use is more prone in that community, child abuse, stuff like that. So,
well, if
that's my assessment.
If I can just respond to what you said, I would agree with regards to the lineage being more homosexual driven because of the the sneaky, deviant way that they had to move about, here in America before homosexuality was declassified in 1973. So, yeah, I would agree that that type of lifestyle, was more of a they were more targets. But what do you think about now? Now that there's more inclusion, there's more acceptance, there's more of a push. They're forcing certain things upon heterosexuals, Do you think that those numbers might change? Do you think that serial killers may become, let's say, in 100 years, maybe less, let's say 75 years, more heterosexual driven?
No.
No?
No. I think that where the numbers are right now, it's still, once again, whether it's bug chasers or certain types of diseases or, like I said, child abuse and stuff like that, or it's people that live that life, they live a dangerous lifestyle. I mean, everybody on here wants to talk about gangsters in the street, and not to say that those people are exempt, but they live a more dangerous lifestyle to me than somebody that's pushing packs. I mean, they don't live for long periods of time. They're more susceptible to, suicide. They're more susceptible to those type of things. It's not it's a dangerous lifestyle. So I feel like, no, I think it's just going to get more rampant, and then it's going to get, more out of control, to be honest with you.
So you have no interest in watching the Jeffrey Dahmer series? You know the story? Not interested. Not that you have to be. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I mean, I heard he accepted Christ and he was killed. And I think I did have a conversation about that. But I mean, I control my eye gates, man, and what I take in. I mean, it just seems very odd to me, like that people that I know, like most of the people that are watching it that I know are women. And it's like, why, they're watching this stuff. They're watching movies like, or TV shows like You. It's kind of strange for like so many women to be watching like stalker weird stuff like this. It's just weird. I don't personally watch that kind of stuff.
Well,
so, like my sister's watching it.
Yeah, we are
like, why are you watching it?
We are a sick society and a sick species.
Yeah, I mean, and now everything is tolerable.
Yeah,
everything is tolerable.
Anything
so
goes now.
You know what I mean?
Anything goes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy, man.
Any comments?
I saw you.
Okay.
Cover Kanye.
I touched on it because it's the biggest goddamn story, in the last 9 hours. Kanye West, some goddamn. I don't even know. I didn't even do the research, but some runway, some fashion show. I guess it's for his own brand. Maybe he just wanted to trend. He wanted to I guess get some type of hype going. So he trolled everybody. White Lives Matter. What do you think?
You think he's trolling?
I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah, I don't think he's trolling. I think when you start going into the right in terms of politics, and you start realizing, I mean, you say race is a social construct. I think race is real. I think race is biological.
Okay.
And then when you see all of the anti-white narratives that are everywhere in media, quote unquote diversity narratives, things like that, I don't think that. And then I think that the people who are out there saying Black Lives Matter, like when you're pro-black, right, it causes other people to be pro their group.
Okay.
That's just what this is. You can't sit on your stool and say, I'm going to be pro-black and the woman king and the melanin and all of that crap, and then expect the white guy not to be like, okay. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. I don't understand that attitude, which to me, in large part, was started after Donald Trump, right? Nobody cared about black people until it came to winning the Donald Trump thing. Then that's when everybody started talking about racism. Nobody was really talking about racism like that outside of black people and making an industry of it until after Donald Trump won in 2016. Then that's when you started seeing everybody like racism. And I'm talking about people who weren't black. Then that's when you started seeing all of this. And some of this stuff is just fake pride. Some of it may be real, but some of it is fake. I mean, some of this whole like community stuff is fake. And I'm telling you, when you adopt black identitarian politics, you're going to get the reverse. And then when you start looking up stuff like what's going on in South Africa right now, when you start like it really, you're going to get the reverse of that. So I don't understand. If I'm gonna tell you this, if people are sick of seeing what they saw with Kanye, well, you better get used to it, because I can guarantee you this.
Well, hang on a second. Hold on. Aaron, hold on a second. You're a college man, right? I forget what school you went to.
Correct.
And you graduated, yes?
Correct.
You graduated?
Correct.
And do you say what school you went to? No, I'm not trying to put your business out there. I'm just asking.
I'm not trying to either.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine, son. So listen, man, I look to younger people like yourself to be more accurate on things. But I've studied over the years. You know, I've always been a reader. I had to be. My mother used to make me carry books in my back pocket in the 70s. She'd give me a speed knot or a noogie. You know. So when I talk about race, I'm not just saying that because it sounds cool. Where do you think? And the reason why I'm asking this is because you're a college man. Where are you getting race is not a social construct from? Because if I'm saying race is not a concept, I can look to Johann Friedrich Blumenbach, who was a race theorist. Mm-hmm. He was a race theorist who I read up on in the 80s. Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. Do you know that name? Or you?
No.
Okay. He was a race theorist. His work was extensive, but with all his work, he was still a theorist. He couldn't prove that it was a concept. So I'm just not, talking to sound cool. But where are you getting race is not a social construct from, if I can ask?
Race number one is biological, right? And it's genetic.
No, but go ahead.
So, for example, when you look at, you have certain diseases or illnesses that vary based upon race. You have certain texture of hair, like the texture of somebody's hair. That's not something that's a social construct. That's something that's actually genetic. You have differences in people based upon race. When you have people who, and I get why you're questioning me on this, right? But even people that are pro-black, right, or believe in quote unquote the melanin, and the melanin is this. That's something biological. Okay, they believe that their race, but I'm not saying that what they're saying is wrong, but that's biological. You're saying that there's something in your biology that makes you different from somebody that is Asian, or somebody that is Arab, or somebody that is European, or Caucasoid. And that is right? There are differences in certain bone structures, how people retain weight. Even if you look at
it's called DNA.
America versus black people in Africa, right? If you look at black people in America versus, or even the continent of Africa, if you look at people from the Western Africa versus Eastern Africa, the way that their body retains weight, the forehead, all that kind of stuff, those are genetic differences, right? Like those are things that are genetic.
Well, listen, Aaron, I don't want to make this the whole show, but let's come back to this. I'm not saying, oh, you're wrong. I'm not saying wrong, but I'm just saying I have done extensive research on this. But here's the thing. So Kanye West says white lives matter, and he and Candace Owens patched things up because she was with him at this, whatever that was, a fashion show, runway. They patched things up, do you know?
I just feel like this was going to be inevitable, right? When people started going out in the street, and not to say it was just black people saying it, Black Lives Matter, you're going to get a reverse of that. What goes around will come around. Okay. And I just don't understand, even for example,
all right, Aaron, I gotta go because we're dragging.
I got you.
We're dragging.
All right.
But hey, man, if you do watch that Jeffrey Dahmer thing, I would love to get your take on just maybe 2 episodes. All right, if you watch it.
Okay, and I gotta correct Florida Boy Jay with one thing.
Uh-oh.
Russell Wilson is not biracial. Russell Wilson is actually, both of his parents are black.
Okay.
So Florida Boy Jay is my guy, but Russell Wilson's actually full black.
Okay.
All right.
Good to talk to you, man. Take care. All right.
All right.
Aaron tapping in. Guys on the screen, let me get my information. Hold on a second. There's the PayPal if you want to support the machine. You don't have Cash App, all right? Forever Maryland. Yeah. I saw Life Jennings talking about when he was in prison with Jeffrey Dahmer, and Jeffrey Dahmer wanted him to sing a mint condition song. Yeah. I saw that earlier on Instagram. Did I get this one? Rashid, got your donation. Polo Ra. Okay, thank you so much for your donation, sir. Okay. Junior, got your donation. Are you on the line, Junior? Sit tight. I'm trying to get to you. Junior, hang on. Be right back. Stay there. Okay. Let me also go to... Okay, I spoke to Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. Terrence, got your donation. Destin, Florida? Yeah, I know Destin, Florida. I don't think that's a place for me, though, man. But thank you. Thank you, Terrence, got your donation. Florida as a whole is not a state I'm going to move to. I was just checking on that one place Florida Boy Jay said, but thank you for your donation. William, got your donation. Dahmer was white privilege at its finest. I agree. Wasn't that really creepy? I mean, it's when the 14-year-old was drugged up, and Jeffrey Dahmer was able to convince the police that was his boyfriend, and the cops took him upstairs and put him back in Jeffrey's house. That was white privilege. Thank you, William. Okay. Okay, you're calling in. Hang on a second. Lindell, sit tight. 561. You're on the line first. Good evening, 561. Good evening.
Yes. This is I'm calling in because I seen the Kanye West.
Yes, sir. Do I call you Junior or do I call you by a different name? I got your donation. Thank you. What do I call you, sir?
I mean, you can call me that, but okay. JR, Junior, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Where do you want to go, sir? You have the floor.
Yeah, I want to start off with the Kanye West.
Okay.
White Lives Matter. Like, here's the thing with us as a culture, right? I'll say that because a lot of black people like to say we the culture. Here's the thing. When Kanye is on TV saying George Bush doesn't care about black people,
right.
You know, he gets praise and, you know, we applaud him like, yeah, stick it to them crackers. Yeah, Kanye, do your thing. But when he's outspoken on something that doesn't seem to be popular with the quote-unquote culture, you know, he gets demonized. And, you know, a lot of people, he's canceled, this, that, third. I'll say this much. Us as a culture, a lot of us are selfish. And it's like if he's speaking on the behalf of us and what we want to hear, the ignorant shit we want to hear, we're all for it. But when he takes a different lane, like, first and foremost, any human being on this earth should be able to do and say whatever the fuck they want. They might have consequences.
I need you to watch the F-bomb, sir. Okay, that's what I need you to do.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. We should be able to do and say what we like if we're not hurting anybody. The dude he's in the fashion industry, man. It's a T-shirt. Everybody just needs to get their panties out of a bunch and relax, man.
Okay.
It's not that deep. And I think this shirt was fire.
Okay.
I think it was fire.
I appreciate your donation and thank you for being patient. Anything else you want to chime in on?
Actually, I was going to talk about the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, but that is like, I was in Doraville last week.
Okay.
Which is close to Atlanta, and the person I was with at the time, she decided to put that on, and I just didn't understand the excitement in her eyes while she was watching this series. It turned me off, and just the way people are fascinated about that is kind of weird to me. But before I get out of here, I do have one thing I want to say about, because you say you want to leave Georgia. Have you ever tried?
Sorry, I really want to stay on topic. I don't want to keep bouncing around. We'll come back to me leaving Georgia next year another day, all right? But thank you for your donation. Thank you.
All right, man, no problem.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, all right, hold on. I'm going to take one more call here. Hang on a second. Uh-oh, she's back for the get down. Y'all better stop playing with my name, Dana, with the data. Dana said, I'm back. Y'all got me all the way effed up. Go ahead, Dana.
I was scared, boss. I was scared. I was so scared of that man. He taking our babies and eating their ass at the dinner table. Listen.
Come on.
Yes, I'm scared of a crazy white man with a nice, gentle demeanor, because that's a different type of killing. That's a slow, half-conscious, drilling a hole in your head, chopping you up, putting you in acid, and then sauteing your ass on a fire with some grease, Crisco, and then eating it. So,
yeah.
I'll take the black people killing each other with the guns, because at least that's isolated somewhere. Yes, it's a different type of killing.
Okay.
Now,
Go ahead.
if majority of black people had white privilege or white economic status, it would be less killings, right? So I'm putting this on white people. First of all, they have that demonic gene of the way they kill people. So yes, I was scared of a Jeffrey Dahmer. It's a different type of killing.
Well, I appreciate you calling back. Anything you want to promote on your channel, Dana?
Let me just say one more thing about the documentary.
Okay.
I did kind of feel bad for the grandmother. She seemed like she was a bigot, but she did help that one black boy escape her house. So I don't know if you caught that episode.
Yes. She stayed downstairs in the living room. She wanted to make sure that the black guy was okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Why are you calling her a bigot? Maybe she just didn't have a lot of interaction with black people. Doesn't mean she was a bigot.
Well, I mean, it was a bigger remark, but I really do appreciate the white old Karen protecting the black man. So at that moment.
All right, good to talk to you, Dana. Good to talk to you.
All right.
Take care.
Here, bye.
Right. Hang on, I got a sponsor tapping in. Wait a minute. Okay, let's get to it. BlackBodyWorks.com, I got you. Let's get to some promoting. 012.
It's Mr. Black. What's up, Star?
Good to hear from you, man. I got your info on the screen. Let's talk that talk, man. What's going on with the products? You are my last caller.
Oh, man, BlackBodyWorks.com bringing you Agrazil to treat your oral herpes, chicken pox, cold sores, or shingles. 100% effective in laboratory tests.
Okay.
You can get your small, or you can go ahead and get your large for $59.99, and you can move forward with healing yourself and getting better. And if you feel like you need to cleanse the air, you can get our thieves oil. We also have the shea butter.
Nice.
Rich and creamy, you know what I'm saying? And I also wanted to chime in on the topic because I'm from Philadelphia. We also had a serial killer running around named Gary Hodnick. He was running around trapping people in the basement.
What year was that?
Back in like 87. Probably about 86, 87 in North Philadelphia.
Let me Google him. What's the
or
name
Grace
again?
Ferry, one of the two.
Probably forget. What's
Gary Hodnick.
Barry? B-E?
Gary.
Oh, Gary. G-A-H-Y.
Yeah.
How do you spell the last name?
H-I-D-N-I-K, I believe. I'm not sure how to spell the last name, but he definitely should pop up on Google.
Got him. Yeah, American.
Yeah.
Who kidnapped?
He tried to plead insanity, but they caught him because he was a successful investor. He had like $500,000
over. So they proved that he wasn't insane because he was a lucrative investor.
Born in 1943, died in 1999, an American criminal who kidnapped and tortured and raped 6 women, murdering 2 of them while holding them captive in a pit in his basement in Philadelphia. Okay.
Yeah,
you were saying?
They said it was a rumor he mixed it, he chopped them up in a Cuisinart and mixed them with dog food and fed them to the next victim, but that proved not to be true in court. But it was definitely crazy.
Okay, got 2 bodies.
But anyway, I want everybody to go visit the website.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and order you something up if you need it.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Have a good night, Star.
Good to talk to you, man. Take care. Salute.
All right, salute.
Okay. Folks, thank you for joining the show this evening. I think we had a good discussion about Jeffrey Dahmer, the new film on Netflix. It's called Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, okay? If you're a advertiser, please look for your banner. The roll is coming up. Hold on a second, and I want to make sure that everybody whose banner runs, the spelling is correct, and your links are still good. So keep me posted, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. Take care.